Hello, this is Manesh Patel from ichimokutrade.com. Today is January 4th, 2015. This is our bi-weekly Ichimoku analysis for the currency Forex market. This is the first video for 2015. Also, it's been a little while due to the holidays since we started our videos. Okay. Normal disclaimer to state this is for education use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument. If you do so, you're doing that at your own risk. All the charts you're going to see today for this presentation are going to be from TradeStation. Here are our contact details here. You can go to our website here, ichimokutrade.com, register for free, access our free videos, email alerts, multiple time frame email alerts, scanners and heat maps and stuff like that too. Or you could call us here at any of our office locations, or you could email us here at info@eiicapital.com. This is our last institutional report. We are working on for the beginning of this year. That's going to cover all the forecasting for the end of the year. So it should be available towards mid-January to the end of January. Okay. Let's go straight to TradeStation. If you remember on the left-hand side, basically it's going to be the daily time frame. Right-hand side is the weekly time frame. Mainly concentrate on the weekly time frame to get a longer point of view, longer picture of everything that's going on. And every so often we will sit there and discuss the daily, but most of the time it's going to be weekly. If you look at Australian CAD, really right here, if you look at it, it's basically consolidating right now. It's at the bottom of the consolidation pattern. It looks like one big ugly chart. This thing is still bearish, believe it or not. As long as this resistance here at 96.77 holds, this is still going to be bearish to sit there and keep on going down to the support and possibly break that to go down lower. Okay, next is going to be Australian yen here. If you look at the yen, you've noticed most of the Australian yens are the yen pairs. Pretty much the yen had gotten a little stronger to a point. A lot of the yen pairs have pulled back. The key ones is how far they pull back. If you look at Australian yen, it's at a major support here at 97.26. The resistance is going to be 98.99. So this right now is at a major level. The key is going to be what's going to happen here. At one point it did bleep down here to 96.54. So this pattern right here is showing you some signs of weakness. When you look at the other yen pairs, you're not going to see the same thing. So I'll be very careful in trying to go bullish on the Australian yen. Maybe go bullish to about 98.99. But after that, it could be very dangerous. Australian Switzerland here. Nice bearish trend here, did a pullback here, and this looks like it's trying to retest this low right here. First breakout of the cloud. It may sit there and pull back to about this resistance here, 82.44, and at that point it's got to hold here. If it holds here, then it's going to have a high probability of coming down here and possibly break it going into the next couple of weeks, but we have to see exactly what's going to happen here and then how far it goes down. Australia, New Zealand. This is the most interesting one. Nice bearish trend here. Then it decided to do a major pullback to this level here, and then sat there, retested this low here at 546, broke it, and now it's trying to sit there and break it to keep on going lower. This does have momentum to the downside. However, it does need a pullback upwards. I wouldn't be surprised if it does pull back up to here. It could pull back to 790 or even get to about 888. Australia, New Zealand. This is bearish trending on both the time frames. You could see here, and you're going to see that across all the dollar pairs anyways. But you can see all the next support levels here. Next support level is going to be 79.44, and then after that 75.27. So we'll have to see how far this thing is going to go down. CAD Switzy here, this is basically major resistance here. This is the pullback resistance right there, 86.67. As long as this thing holds, it does have a high probability of getting down here to 8,200, and then if it breaks that, to possibly retest the low. If it breaks this, then it's going to sit there and probably retrace all the way back up here, which the first resistance level will be 88.53. So this thing's consolidating right now, which is not good for the bearish momentum at all. In fact, the more it consolidates, the more this thing looks like it's going to sit there and try to break this resistance and try to get to 88.53 and possibly break that higher. So it's showing you some signs of being bullishness. CAD's yen, you could see here. You can see this is a lot stronger than the Australian yen that we looked at earlier. The bleep here is actually to a major support here at 99.62, and the resistance here is going to be 102.81. This does have a high probability. If it could sit there and pull back to here and hold here at 99.62, this could be a great pullback level trade to sit there and go retest the high. We're looking at maybe possibly sit there retesting that low, that support by the middle of this month to middle to the end. Another great one here is Swiss yen. You can see last week here it held as minor support. Major supports here 117.83. It's got to hold this here in order to still there and remain bullish, which we believe also this will possibly get there before the end of the month. Euro Australian here, nice bullish trend here, pulled back, held the pullback level 40.19. Now it's sitting there trying to retest the high up here. As long as it holds the support, it's at a minor support right now, but as long as it holds the 45.66, this thing's still going to be bullish to a point it could get to here to 54.24. If it breaks the support of 54.66, then watch out. This thing can possibly start a bearish trend to the downside. EUROCAD here, you could see here, this is not holding. As long as it holds the support here, 38.53, that's the major pullback level. If it breaks that, this thing's going to sit there and reverse and possibly get down to 3,000. If it could sit there and hold this level here, then it's got a high probability of getting 45.06. However, since this is consolidating here, the probabilities are now to the bearish side, so I would definitely be looking at going bearish here as long as this support resistance here 43.11 holds. As long as that holds, this is going to be definitely bearish. Euro Switzy, this is pegged, so not really much talking about it at all. Euro DKK, if you look at it here, this is bearish trending here on the weekly time frame here. I'm going to shrink this down. You can see it's an ugly pattern here. This resistance is basically at 44.47. The support's going to be 43.40. Euro pound here is slowly going down here. Resistance is going to be 79.17, and support is going to be 77.57. That's bearish, as you saw. Euro yen, this is just like the Swiss yen and the CAD yen. Still very strong here. Support on this one's going to be 141.93, and still bullish. Euro NUC here, this is still bullish here. It's holding here at the support at 98.76. As long as it holds the support, it does have a high probability of getting there. If it doesn't hold that support, it's going to come back down here and possibly could sit there and break it and sit there and reverse too. So keep an eye on that one. So if you notice, a lot of these pairs with the euro in there, euro is getting weak across the board. Euro New Zealand here is approaching the support of 54.10 right here. And the question is, at that point, what's it going to do? Right now, it looks like it's trying to bounce off there and pull back. If it pulls back here, this is going to show you signs of weakness to a point. This looks like it's going to consolidate here. So that's not good at all. It should sit there and start making a move to sit there and break that support. If it doesn't break that support soon, this is going to sit there and reverse back up, and this will probably enter a ugly consolidation pattern going downwards. Euro SEK here, this is bullish here. This is bullish as long as it holds a support at 3,900. Euro USD, this is bearish here. This is going to continue to go bearish here. Support's basically 1850 coming down here. Pound Australian, this right here is bullish trending here. Retested a high here. It looks like it bleeped above it here. As long as it holds a support here, 85.87, this is still bullish and still has a probability of breaking this resistance here and keep on going higher. It needs to do that within a couple of weeks, otherwise it's going to sit there and fall short, and at that point could consolidate. Pound Switzy here is flirting around with a resistance too at 54.43. As long as the support here 52.36 holds, this does have a high probability to keep on going higher. Pound yen here, notice this is not even close to this support here at 178.90, at 178.90. So this is strong right now compared to the CAD yen and the Swiss yen that we looked at, and all the other yen pairs, even the euro. So this is the strongest of them so far. And if you could see here, it's still at its minor resistance here at 184.42. So this is still the strongest one of the yen pairs so far that we've discussed. Pound New Zealand, if you notice, the pound's being strong against all the pairs except New Zealand. They had a chance here to sit there and keep on going up. Didn't hold the support here at 199, and it looks like it's trying to get here to 96.44. If it breaks this, this is going to be one ugly consolidation pattern that it's going to enter. Pound USD, all the US pairs, you know the US dollar is strong. You can see this thing reverse. Didn't even hold the pullback level here for this big trend here. So this definitely reversed here. Got to our first support here. If it breaks that, then it's going to get to 5,000 and possibly can break it too. So the dollar is looking extremely strong across the board. New Zealand CAD here, bullish trending here. Held a support at 87.96. Had a high probability of getting to this resistance level right here, and it got there, which is 90.48. Now it's got to break it. If it could break that, then it's got a high probability getting to 8400s. If it sits there and holds that level and then comes back to 97.96 and breaks that, this thing's going to reverse. If it holds the 97.96 level, then it's going to consolidate in this little range right here. So you got to wait and see exactly what's happening, but it's bullish right now. New Zealand Swifty, this is just consolidating between 74.34 and 78.54. New Zealand Yen, this is bullish here. Notice this is stronger than the yen, pound yen. So this is tops the pound yen right now, and you could see here hasn't even done a minor pullback here. Minor pullback levels right there now at 91.34. Got to resistance at 98.38. It's holding that level there, but this is strong right now compared to all the other yen pairs so far. New Zealand USD, and you know the dollar's strong right here. However, the support has been holding here at 76.98.93. It's been holding. However, it's still very strong to a point it possibly could break that and get down to the 74.35 level. Then you got the Singapore yen. This right here is at a minor support at 89.87. Major support is going to be 86.50. It's still very strong to keep on going higher. US CAD, you know all these are going to be bullish because they got the US dollar in here. Got to one resistance level at 18.52. If it breaks it, it could get to 21.52. US Switzy here, got to resistance level at 72. If it breaks that, it could get to 426. USDKK, if you look at this one here, this has got to major resistance, which is retesting high 26.59. Bounce off there. You can see the support levels here. But this is one where the US dollar is not making new highs. It just retested high. US Hong Kong, this is one ugly pattern here. Not even worth talking about here. This is just consolidating between the two levels. US yen, as you probably know, is probably the strongest one, and it is. And you could see here it's not even at a minor resistance support level here. So this is approaching 122.62. If it breaks that, it could get to 124.52 as the next level. US NOK is bullish here. It's got a high probability of getting 79.06. And next is US SEK. You can see here this is bullish, getting to 14.65 as the resistance, 65.35 as the support. And lastly, US Singapore dollar. And you could see here approaching 34.37. So that's the resistance there. That's it for this week for the bi-weekly video. See you guys in 2 weeks.